My name's Lee Walker, owner and operator of Monument Camera. I was born and raised in Tucson, spent some time away, but came back. Now, there is some chance we might have to break between questions if it gets like totally chaotic out there. But I think we're good. My life is kind of bookended by photography. In my early days, high school, college, put myself through school as a photographer, and then went off in a career in computer software. But then later, I was buying and selling cameras on my own because I'm kind of a gearhead. I like photography, the art side, but I also like the craft, the engineering side of it. But I had become used to saying to my wife, "Honey, I bought a camera." And then the conversation this time was a little different. It was, "Honey, I bought a camera." Store.
And then the color films, you're saying the weird?
Yeah, this Phoenix.
Yeah, I'll try that.
A little experimental.
Yeah.
What I always do, just by habit, because there's no definitive way to tell that there's film in it already.
Yeah.
No window or anything. So this is the rewind knob. If it spins freely like this, that means there's no film in it.
Yeah.
If there was film in it and you did that, it would tighten up.
Okay.
Because the film starts in here, and as you fire it, it winds it out over here.
Okay.
And when you get to the end of the roll, then you have to
Yeah.
rewind it.
Gotcha.
So we'll go through the loading process.
I have a buddy that I work with who brought a film camera to work for the past couple weeks. I'm a wildland firefighter, and he was shooting some pretty amazing stuff, and he came and got it developed here at this store, and told me that they had the same camera that he has, and I was pretty impressed with the shots that he was taking and kind of how film captured a different look that I had seen, especially in my job. It made it feel like a more wholesome, awesome kind of grainy vibe to what we were actually doing. All right.
That's that.
That's that.
Look at that. You're all set. I think you got everything you need to be successful and a famous film photographer.
Fantastic. Great. All right. Well, thank you for your help, for showing me.
Glad to help. We're here to help. Whenever somebody buys their first film camera, we're overjoyed for them. If you'll see the look on our faces about the excitement that they're feeling, and so you'll see this new adventure because it is something very personal.
The joy of film and photography is not only to photograph it and to experience it, but the joy of sharing it, I think is what makes photography and film especially so special. I started this series as a student, and I'm currently still pursuing it. Mamá haciendo las tortillas, so that translates into mom making tortillas. And it's images of her kneading dough, and it's just her hands. A big part of that was the senses, right? Like the smell of the manteca and the flour, the salt, the smell of the house when she goes to put that on a pan, the texture of her hands, the way that my mother's hands have aged, and you can see the labor going into it.
I think one of the most impactful images I've taken was actually on the first camera I got from Monument, which was an Olympus OM1. It's not the best photo, it's not my favorite photo, but it's an early photo that I loved. I was back home in Yuma, and I was driving down the street, and there was a group of like siblings and cousins playing in a puddle, and I was just driving and I saw them, and I thought like, oh, is it weird if I ask for their parents so I can take a picture of them playing? And I like sat in my car for a little bit, and I was like, you just have to do it. You just need to do it. I go in reverse. I'm like, hey, like, is your mom here? Like, I talked to her, and yeah, she was super excited, and we got chatting, and yeah, I took a ton of pictures of them. Sometimes I was embarrassed of where I came from, and to get these photos and be like, yes, I actually do love where I'm from, and there is beauty here, and I want to capture it, and I would like to share it as well. And yeah, it's just special because those kids are going to grow up one day and maybe they'll have this picture and they'll be like, oh, I don't know, it was just this neighbor. And I just think it's really fun.
Where are we going here? So you don't really have the option to like, I'm just gonna not develop this role, or you know what, it's giving me too much problems, like I'm just gonna set it aside. Like this is someone's precious memories or work or vacation or someone's wedding or their baby photos, you know, like it's really meaningful to someone else, so you have to sort of like roll with the punches of this little role. You start recognizing people's work too. Like, without knowing even the number, I can tell this is serious.
Even after 50 years of making images and shooting film, every time I develop a process or roll of film, it's like magic to me. I think every image is a miracle to me. Every image is sort of memorable. But that's the thing about film, is that because you slow down, you generally remember almost every shot you've ever taken. I suppose it all comes back to this idea of you're capturing the light at a moment of time, and you have it basically forever.